Hobbit get the money together against the Mousesports side. And they are playing in towards the banana control where two SMGs are cross-firing. Let's see whether the young in-game leader and the veteran of the Gambit side can get some money in the bank.
Now, we saw that Mousesports played EG on Inferno yesterday in the last map of that best-of-3 series where they had a pretty solid T side. It was the City side where they managed 7 rounds to get it over the way. So I guess it's going to have to come down to T to see how much pressure they can put on, at least for this round. They just look like they're going to rush into the B side.
And suppressed by smokes. Incendiary down at the right moment for Hobbit. They might force forward. Hobbit finally gets 2 kills for it. BMAS there with a decent trade. And a core takes out Robs. That's not what you want to see. Does deny at least $600 for Hobbit, but I think that's a bit of an uneven trade-off.
It's taken that contact for too long up towards that early boiler peak down to mid, just falling back, and for Mousesports silently taking this top banana control.
Hobbit and Cindy are going to try to drive him away, and Afani's still got the SMG in. Hobbit passed that off to him to get the main staple rifle out for the man. Now Shiro's going to join the fray with the AWP in his hand. T-side players still not being seen here by the CTs, but they've got a decent inkling as to what's going on. Flashes forward, 3 players around the corner. I think Dexter's head just got spotted by Hobbit, but he cannot deal with the man. Nafani's siphoned off here. He's got to get away with something, but SMG just not powerful enough. Core gets the kill. Blind fire from Hobbit, costing his life.
Unfortunately there for Gambit, it's not the best of positions to be on the site because for Hobbit, he's trying to take a little bit of a duel out for Coffins, doesn't quite get the angle, and as soon as he gets smoked, it forces him away from the side. It means that Nafani's completely overwhelmed, and for B, it's just easy take for Mousesports.
The money line's not quite there for Gambit either, so they have to kind of hold on to the main rifles here. They lose an SMG and an M4. It'd be nice if Inters can go back and grab the M4 that Hobbit had, but they've all got about a 2k float on those 3 players. Nafani and Hobbit have no money whatsoever, so it's best to hold on to these weapons and drop them going in.
Kind of early contact. Instead, it's a passive 3-man stack.
Molotov's in to try to drive him away. Won't really be necessary though. Mousesports will not be aware of this, but they will check positions just in case. Or Pashira ready. A frozen peaks dry. He won't. Nafani still gets the kill in. A core with a responsive. The AWP also misses his shot, so a core can double up. And Hobbit's now left alone with both of his teammates falling. He's back up desperately. Holds on to the first frag. You will not get the second. And Gambit already in with the save.
That's a round-winning swing coming through from Dexter. Just the way in which he just takes that jewel straight away out to the back of the side. And this just has to be a save call for Gambit. Bring that bomb out towards the B side for Mousesports. Get up to a second round.
Uncharacteristic miss there from Shiro, however.
Yeah.
Really was the main damage dealer for me in that round. As we saw, he couldn't quite connect the shot as he swung back, so it allowed a core with 2 frags. And that ultimately cost everybody on the defense because that was 2 for nothing on the trade. Hobbit shot, but BMAS also takes a leg shot back in. That nade, is it close enough? Yes, it is. Axel draws first blood here in round 5 and flashing his way over to suppress them even further towards that short position. Swing back on towards Dexter. Axel doubles up. Can he make it another triple for the man here towards pit control? They're feeding themselves to him. Quadra out, and now a 1v5 for Robs. He gets 2 kills at least. Bomb can get picked up, but he's got 35 seconds to plant it and hold off against Gambit.
We saw an ace from him yesterday, but he needs a lot more than that today. The 1v5, at least he can get the bomb down.
Plant down for default. Perfect chance for a short player to swing. The incendiary close to sight will not drive him that far away. The nade also is a little bit mispositioned. Can challenge all 3 players here from brackets. This could get really awkward really quickly. Sees what's going on, but doesn't land his first headshot in Gambit. You've got plenty of potential in terms of when the kills come in for the execution. Because Dexter and Frozen have got to move with their teammates, and Hobbit and Nafani. Plenty of opportunities here. Smokes down. Hobbit spray through on Frozen, catches the headshot. Dexter next up the face, so he just looks towards BMAS instead. Dexter does drop in from the second boost, and FAMAS is just going to get overwhelmed by the IGL. 3v3, bomb plant can be secured.
Perfect opportunity to just slow this down, and for Gambit, they're out of here straight away. They're not even looking to go for the retake.
I don't think Mouse have the information. I don't think that they heard the scope out. He's going to wait until the very last second to give that information. He does want to give away the idea that Gambit have made an adjustment in this B-side defense. Trying to clean up those issues as Mouse go for the full step piece. Smoke down, AWP in, takes its shot. M4 in the boost up, gets only 1 frag. Now Shiro's got a lot of pressure towards him. Looking for the players in the back, does get BMAS, but Dexter trades it. 3-on-3, 1 CT to the early response to Nafani. But his teammates are so slow to rotation. There's even a lurking play from Robs.
This might have to be another save, and yeah, as soon as that kill comes in, we know that Robs loves lurking in and around that boiler position. Dexter even being able to pick up Nafani. So Inters has got really no option but to save, but then he's even thinking
Cross position, Nafani holding up on the first boost, turning away from expecting a flashbang, but refaces at the right moment. He's going to burn alive though. BMAC gets that trade in. Dexter gets caught so low, and Hobbit wildly firing to try and dish out more damage, get another kill past that smoke. He won't be able to deal with either of those two, so it will be a plant and a retake set for Gambit's advantage.
And now we get to see what Gambit are really like in the retake. It hasn't happened many times at all, other than just the saves. Flashes coming through, allow Beamers to get aggressive, but can't find anything with it. Rob's now to clutch.
He's got to go superstar mode at this moment. AK in the back, no utility for him to support with. The CT's bearing down upon him, getting closer and closer. His time rolls on. Hobbit caught back to the Shire. Shiro also caught towards construction. One kill found. That's as far as it goes. Axel with an aid will get Gambit the fourth.
Otherwise, they're going to just have no information. They could lose quite a lot.
They're suppressing with the smoke. They're expecting there to be some sort of banana play. Nafani's looking for a gap in the smoke that's set towards long. But Shiro fattens the opening kill on towards BMAT. Incendiary back down to suppress it for Mousesports here, and Hobbit so close. Will he check that corner directly to his left-hand side? He sees the man, and Frozen misses every bullet. Nafani trades back on Rops as well, and it's a 4v2 with the B-site that has been opened up.
Oh, this almost looks like the same as the last round, doesn't it? 2v4 trying to get the bomb down, and they get a spray through the smoke. Acor at least covers the cross, gets away with one.
They weren't ready for that orb to be out in the open now. Dexter gets back behind said smoke. So third player still rotating. Axel was considering the mid play to wrap her in towards the banana position, but they're not going to go for it. Time is ticking away. Dexter watching for construction. Gambit are still setting themselves up for the retake. Slow walks out, holding the footsteps. Dexter now has information to play with. The AWPer still watching cross. Shiro's looking into the site. Nades back. Swing in from Dexter, who's going to get very aggressive. See Shiro get it back to a 2 versus 2. Now a core switching out to the main rifles. He's back behind that smoke once again. The time's ticked too far though. They get a kill on Inters. Axel responds, but the round has been done and over for a very long time now. Mousesports still the 6th. Gambit took too long.
Dexter is playing at a really... is the big question.
45 seconds left to the clock. Utility down. Smokes inbound as the press at the cross. Dexter and Frozen. Hobbit and Nafani here. Two players so close towards it. They'll get the kill. Oh, Nafani goes massive. 3 kills in a 5-7. And just like that, Mousesports, they've lost all control.
They've got to run it in towards the A site, and there's going to be nobody here, but look at how many AKs have been picked up now. 3 on the floor. Nafani's going to give that one off towards Shiro. Massive 3K from him. He's done his job. Now it's on his teammates to hold the rest of the round. The bomb will get planted for the front corner, and the CTs are very quickly here. Bemis has got to try and get some impact because Robs is so low.
14 HP. Get away with 1 kill at the very least. Get BMAS a bit of a chance in this clutch. And no, Axel domes in. BMAS with it all to do. Spray the line up on 2. Only gets 1. What a steal there.
Big play comes out for Nafani. You've got to focus in on the next round. It's aggression down from mid. We haven't seen this before. Axel gets away with 2, and they're even crunching in on Banana.
And he gets another moment in the sun in this matchup. Now the AWPer Shiro still missing. Cannot save Axel as a result. Still continuing to miss shots in this matchup for the Gambit side. They've lost 1. 4 versus 3 still. Gambit hold the advantage.
This is still very recoverable. Rops has been able to push all the way down towards the apartments. They don't know about this lurk.
Shiro still set with a flat angle. Inters gets caught by Rops, so back to evens will go, and Shiro's AWP continues to miss out. I think he was front off this time at least. Now needs some backup. AK close, pistol in hand for Shiro. Dexter being closed in upon from the brackets control. He's going to line up 2 more kills, but Hobbit denies the second one. So 2v2 again. Retake on for Gambit. Mousesports suppressed in the site. They've got a HP advantage.
That's Bemis and Robs again. We saw what it was like in this last round, but it's different this time.
Hobbit with the incendiary makes his way out. Smoke down as well to try and siphon off the pit control. But again, it's graveyard and sight. Rops is watching on the side. Angle sees Hobbit's feet, gets towards his kill. Shiro surely not going to have... And not quite a significant amount, though. 85 points of health.
He's still staying around, wanting another contact, wanting to create a little bit of an off angle for him to deal with. But for Gambit, it's so damn silent. They're going to start having a little bit of a fake over towards this B bomb site. Just put a little bit of util down, but start regrouping out from mid.
3 players here to deal with on the A site. Gambit are walking up slowly into the brackets and mid control. And Rops BMAS now lose a core as he starts to rotate back in towards Speedway. Still watching in case they go for the wrap play, but in terms of the actual solid A defensive, it's just these 2 players in pit.
This crossfire from Mini Pit and Big Pit could be everything, especially if Gambit get baited and don't check one of those positions.
There we go, utility coming out of court. Does get back to position, realizing what's going on. Hobbit looks around the corner, gets Robs. Are they ready for BMAS? Not quite, but still Hobbit adjusts for the man. 2 kills for him. Akor trades back on Afani. It's a 4 versus 3 for Gambit on the retake.
And And without the kit and without the nades, this is going to be a very, very difficult retake because now they're in from long, but they're still down by 1.
And Mousesports with a lot of work to do back here. All 3 players held towards the long entrance, and no one has seen anything from Gambit. That smoke is still in effect. It will start to clear as they start to press the issue further forward of this, and Inter still gets Dexter regardless. So now 2 left standing. USP looks up, another headshot for Axel. Can he make it a double up? Just about gets there. Triple overall. Still needs that T-side backup to make their way in from the brackets. Frozen's trying to try and cut them off. BMAS swings back, gets the kill on Shiro, so drops him back to a 4 versus 4. Orb still fires, and there's nothing else seen for the T-side line. Do they think this MAC-10 is just a lurker?
But they're going to just try and drive Acor out of the site itself, just try and get him even lower than where he is. And they're just desperate for a pick. They're really slowing this down.
Half committed to this. Axel ready for a swing back. Hobbit gets his kill. Axel dealt with 3 versus 3. And now the A site is kind of theirs, but BMAS is still looking to scream. Get 3 kills in this one. Bomb trying to get towards the site. M4 sees them on the cross, can capture off information on Inters. I don't know if they saw him or the same. Nafani goes falling next as BMAS gets his quadra. It's all Inters now. Galil in hand, weakened weapon, but still isolating these picks, but not making it work. BMAS gets the ace, burns the Inters Molotov as well. And a really well...
Seconds left on the clock. Other than that sound cue down for the boost, that's all that's been given up.
Well, Axel looks around the corner, keeps his eyes set towards that long control from Arsene, but Dexter. Very, very tight angle to hold here at the fountain, but it could be enough. Smoke instead, going to suppress. Hearing the footsteps, 3 players going right past him. Dexter, sneaky beaky, like right into that point blank. The Deagle lands a shot. BMAS still on site though, gets the kill, only 1. And a core struggling to deal with them. Deagle out does land to a 2 versus 2. 15 seconds, Naves back to his position, tagging him to 12 points of health. Inters will go for the bomb plant. It is covered off from the pit control, so now a core needs Frozen because the incendiary will drive him out or drive him to death. Either way, Gambit have the advantage.
It doesn't quite spread. It allows Frozen to get a decent position. Nade's down on towards the site. Hasn't been able to deal with Shiro just yet.
He's not moving. He knows he cannot afford to move from this position. He's got to rest on Inters to get the kill on a core. It's now to Frozen. 1v2 clutch C. Shiro gets it back to evens, and he's got the weapon advantage, but not the frag into roof there. That means that position is not cleared out. But a USP, gets a dink off on Inters, gets the kill involved. That's as far as it goes. Very quick trading there from Nafani. I would have been impressed if Rops had found anything more than a kill in that one.
Inferno was played in one of the best of 3 series. There's only 4 rounds on CT side gained by the Mousesports side, so maybe they can try and replicate again. Early damage out towards that top of banana position. Frozen's looking for more.
Might look for the AK as well. Nades in, Inters seen to the edge of the smoke. Manic spray from Rops and Frozen. Both players going down, 2 for 1 on the trades. Yes, they start on Axel. Inters is tagged to Dexter, could get a turnaround, but slow, careful, and quiet on this A setup. Gambit putting the smokes and flashes down now. Is this going to be a quick exit? I think a smoke actually missed out there towards the long position. Bit of a gap in it, but BMAS still kills off 1 towards shore. Excuse me, there is no gap in that smoke. Nafani right in the midst of BMAS crosshair. He looks away at the wrong moment, still flicks back to get his secondary kill. Needs a bit more. A call there to bail him out. Starts leaning in. Players aggressive in construction, so he's going to have to take a point-blank shot against the likes of the players. Boost up from Rob, sees Inters. Incendiary down. Backs up, Nades. Close tag. Dup Shiro gets the kill on a core. 3v2. Gambit running the time alone. Mousesports are going to have to act real quick towards this. Rops, first and foremost, looking to the backline. Shiro flashed in. Great kill. Dobs in towards the pit position. Nades and flashes in there as well. BMAS step with a smoke. Deagle up close. Takes a fight alongside a core, winning well against Nafani. Hold the phone. AK in hand now for Rob. Swings back. Can't get Shiro, so there is a response involved, but he's so low. And the FAMAS and the AK look back. Dexter and BMAS. 2 more kills. Gambit at the very last hurdle may still fall to Mousesports. And indeed they do. There is no OT. Mouse take map 1.
Oh, what a stressful map. What a way to start it off and close out when it counts for Mousesports. Just being able to give themselves enough of a lead to get the result over.
Force bind nonetheless, and they're going in for the set piece.
They're still quite aggressive from BMAS outside of this ramp position, so it all comes down to how quickly it can recognize the play.
Take 9 taps. Holding away from the camp. Flash will get the kill on Nafani. Axel trades it back at the least, so Gambit can hold their own. Still got a player close to the stairs. CT stairs is also not smoked off either, so they're going to have to body block this bomb plant position. Do get a plant in the end. The sprays are going a bit awry for the AUG, but finally Rops lines up those 2 kills. And Inters and Shiro, last couple of players left. The Eagle and Tech 9. Shiro tagged to 25. Inters spotted. Rops executes him. Can't quite get the quadra involved, but that's what his teammates are. Better buy definitively for Mousesports, but Gambit, they have found plenty of force buy in the past. Dexter kills off the first player. Can't quite hold on to that second, so the trades are good.
And more nades going down towards the apartments may actually drive the T side forward, at least for Nafani.
Frozen, heard. Nafani knows that he's there. Drop off, however, still takes the face in as the jump comes through from Frozen, but no kill for him. And they will go a little bit too far out, though. They're trying to drive a core away. They thought Frozen might have rotated instead.
There is a lurk right up towards a chair position for the T side, but the majority of presence is out here in the apartments.
Turning away at the wrong moment. Akora has let Nafani cross. Flashbangs and Molotov still coming forward for them, though HG's out as well. Crossfire with the AUG, lands on the first player by Nafani. Looking for Axel next, not quite going as well. The M4 again this time. And then not going to offer it up. Ooh, backs are turned. Hobbit sees the man, gets some tags off, but BMAS gets the kill in, and now removes any of the mid-control that Gambit could have had here. Deagle still set for Shiro to try to get the trade in. Not the best angling against BMAS, though. And the Galil gets another kill. It's all left to Axel. Ace clutch for him. He's found 2 in this round. Needs to get 3 more. Good shot on a core, at least. Comes up good. Still tagged heavy for him. And Rops on the site here with his own AUG, ready to deal with the last man. It just comes up to 1 good kill. 10 seconds left for it, but Axel's got it to a 1 versus 1.
Just get the bomb down. Beamer's coming in quite quickly. Both players on 28 points of health.
We've seen 2 aces from Mousesports in this series. Are we going to see 2 aces from Gambit now? 1 found by Hobbit over on Vertigo. A chance for Axel to do the same right here. BMAS seen. Oh, the timing's awkward. Turned away from when does the sound cue come out? There. Just heard. Back scene. Axel here's the tap. And he's seen his man. He's got the ace. What a clutch. 2 for 2 for Gambit and Mousesports.
Bit of open space, especially if they draw the attention over. Rob's making a play in underpass. At least catches off the first.
Big opener. Big map control gain here by Mousesports. An AK in his hands and everything. AUG are Frozen. Finds Hobbit on the secondary kill back here to connector. They start walking into the connector itself. So Shiro gets the core next. Macton and Nafani finally trades it back to a 3 versus 3 scenario. Knows that someone's up there in the ladder room. Frozen just continues blind firing. Catches Nafani in the end. Enters, wraps the corner. Bemis is ready for it. Now leaves it on 1 man. Shiro. Good spray back from the Galil. Maintains his 2K. Maintains a chance in the round, but
this is a very good lead, though, coming through from the international squad. Just being able to try and get as much in as possible in the early circumstances. Accord just taking a couple of pop shots out from the window position. Nice and easy up against the Eco to start off the round. And Gambit just hoping for a couple of overextensions, hoping that the Deagles can find some sort of connections. But Mousesports, they are taking this aggressive mid-control and punishing the T side.
Inter's dropping next. SMG for Dexter. Nafani caught next. Yeah, this Eco going about as well as Ecos do go. Mousesports catching a few more breaks here on Mirage, and definitely encouraging to see for them on the early start. Bomb drop now, Axel 1v5. Yeah, Frozen things up.
Over to market.
AUG are Frozen. Looks up, sprays through, catches damage, or at least trying to do so. Does get sprayed up a little bit. Akor gets 2 instead. Out of connector down towards short control. Axel bursting through on Frozen's position, but cannot seem to land a kill against him. It's a 5 versus 3 for Mousesports. Inz and Nafani finally chime in. Rop still on site though. Suppressed to his left. Backups coming in behind him. Akor gets a kill on short, and Rop strikes on Axel. Left it Inters again to clutch this. 1 versus 3. Swing on Rop's. Great headshot. Now 2 more to find. The bomb can also get planted.
Time is definitely low, but he's thinking about taking some more jewels. Does he try and fake it out? No, just stick the bomb.
No bait on BMAS. A call looking up with the AWP. The shots ringing out from Master. The AWP has been seen, tapped up, not taken down. And BMAS, his information's been given up. Inters knows what's going on. He's just got to check the right place at the right time and turn it to a 1v1. A quadra clutch for him now. Looking to the left arch. Will Akor give him the angle? Inters just waiting, running timer out. Akor's going to make the move in. He's got 2 flashes. Not going to use either of them. Pistol pulled out, footsteps heard. Inters just going to wait until the right moment to strike and hold the round together.
Round 7 can do a lot of economical damage to their opposition. Akor getting mollied through, just so blinded out from mid. The first shot does come in. Can he escape out of there? No, he can't.
Master on Frozen trying to trade back the man advantage. Has no has information to where the players are at. Can't quite get the vision or the kills. Inters out of the ramp position. BMAS siphoned off from him by a smoke. Will also look up the Palace, but will not get anything for it. It's just smokes down the standard here for Gambit. Rotations inbound towards that A site, and Shiro gets Rops to get the man advantage back for the T side now.
Now Bemis needs help, but it's just not coming, is it? Both players out towards the B side. It's going to lie down to him.
You're going to go massive. No. Axel gets the kill in. Sprays back, and you can already see Mousesports started the rotation, but they quickly figure out it's probably not worth it. It's best to hold on to their weapons because they've got absolutely no money.
It just seemed that that was a whole position that unless corner,
Frozen has looked back there. Molotov's in, catches the spray, good kill on the first, not quite the second. Axel turns it around, but Frozen's still there for the trade back, and Shiro still in play at 19 points of health. He's hoping for someone to over-aggress here as his teammates just pour out of the apartments, and Frozen gets another kill in on Inters. Shiro down to 6 with the HEs. Finally trying to walk out towards short, get some sort of contact play, some sort of recovery play in. The AWP desperate for something to go his way for Mousesports. Holds his angle, nothing's given.
Oh my goodness, they're being so patient, aren't they? They're thinking to themselves, we'll wait for this bomb down to go cross because the AWP is still holding.
Now he has to cross, smoked off. Out of the apartments. Shiro, where does he go with this? Again, 6 points of HP. He can't be too aggressive. He's got to rest a lot on Nafani to hold the round together. All three coming in from market. Short's been cleared. Apartments being watched. But both these players got to turn their attention towards. If Nafani goes down, Shiro has too much to handle on 6 points of health. AK set and ready. Drops freaking out. Oh, Nafani couldn't react towards it. That's all important. Obscene, good shot for Shiro on the first player. Now got to go thermonuclear, and it's just
from Palace, but he's still staying around.
There might be a slight gap in that smoke. We must got to be careful. They've walked out. Axel taps through the legal AWP in. Good shot from McCaw, connecting another fantastic frag. He really has woken up as well. You mentioned he's had a bit of a nightmare in this series in the first couple of maps. Here for map 3, he looks perfectly fine.
Yeah, he does. Even Dexter just getting the info, knows that there's a player out to jungle now.
Back towards passive positions. A UG burst fire from Frozen, denies the bomb plant for a moment. It's traded by Hobbit, however. The AWP still set in, seeing them coming back down. Nade towards Shiro's position should do some damage. Shot's not landing for the AWP, unfortunately, so we cannot get the kill in time. Retake mode for Mousesports. Both players coming in with AWPs. One from short, one from CT. Goes very slow towards this, but the flashbangs in from McCaw. Should allow some peek out, should allow some opportunities. They heard Dexter though. Hobbit's going to adjust towards him. AUG swap towards, Okor goes down. Dexter alone at the clutch hit. Hobbit knows what's going on. Does still lose his life though. Now it's all on Shiro to defend the site itself. Time is way too far tick for Dexter though. Got to get the full 5-second defuse to stick the whole thing. Smoke going down. Swing for Shiro. Gets the round.
Oh, that nade was so...
AWP of Rops ready alongside the AK, and look at Axel. We just walk straight in, finds Frozen. And now they've got to adjust towards it. M4 starts swinging. Hobbit does go down for one. Now the AWP can look out from the center of the site. Nade towards the position. BMAS tag. Nafani comes up. Still from Doc. They've walked out of Palace at last. 4 versus 3 scenario. Mousesports have conceded the site.
Now, there is a bit of a backstab coming through from Dexter, but just a massive lack of information in that round. A walk set up out from Palace and from Connector, and Mousesports just get caught completely off guard.
Big gap for Gambit to punch through. McCaw hoping that he can find someone from CT. Axel could, in theory, wrap around. And will Dexter do the exact same thing here towards that Palace position. He's starting to make his way towards the entrance. And the AWP shot connects to a core. 2 left standing for Mousesports. Dexter has found his way out into the balconies. Drops down, finds Shiro, looks back towards the next, gets Inters as Nafani trades it. Now to a 1 versus 2. Dexter's such low HP. Nade onto Nafani, trying to win that fight. For defender, he has got a player out towards the connector control who could hold out for him and could rotate very quickly. But if they just dry face, then BMAS has got nothing that you can do.
Oh, they've heard the scope. They know what's going on.
Second player rotating as well for a core into the CT spawn position. Molotov's down, and that will draw the attention of Rops and everything. Molotov in the back lines, great flash in. Axel still gets the kill. 3 versus 3 as Rops looks back in the back lines, but still can't catch up a frag. They're going to back off a little bit here to the CT side, and the core gets flashed as well. So they're trying to make their way in, but such little breathing room, such little opportunities. The top con smoke does not connect either. All sorts of awkward smokes being thrown out there by the T-side line, but they do force them back. Shiro drops though, and he drops the bomb with it.
They've got to take some more fights. They're running out of time, and the nade goes down out from jungle. They've got to find the connection out towards stairs. They swing together onto Robinson's position. Get that trade back now out towards CT. The AWP
does quite a lot of damage. Bates in the AWP shot as well, so they know what's going on there in the ramp position. Incendiary back from Nafani is going to suppress Connect the jungle, and Stairs gets smoked off. A re-smoke back at the CT side. A bit of a gap there for BMAS to work with, and indeed, he does get a kill on Nafani. Axel trades back and wildly fires through that smoke. Can't get the bomb plant denied here as Rops will fall in turn. Dexter on 11 HP though, needs his teammates to Frozen in a core to step up.
They need to try and take some map control though, because there's 3v4. They need to give themselves an advantage somehow.
Up aggressive at bench. Will Hobbit read this position? And we're so focused on the site that he completely avoids Dexter. No, Dexter gives up the angle, gives up the fight. Molotov in, Frozen forced out into the open, as is a core. Looking into the back, flash involved, gets his shot. No, he doesn't. Frozen goes down for it. It's absolute chaos for the CT side, but they just about come up with the side line. in reserve. So half buys at most going into round 26. They have to take it. M4s from Nafani seeing what's going on. Axel looks back down from short though. Great contact, great repeat. Frozen had no idea.
Just gets out of there so quickly, doesn't stay around, doesn't allow the opportunity for Mouse to capitalize on a 4v4, hold on to the 5-on-4 advantage, and just slow the round down. They've got a little bit of a lean out towards the B side, and for Mousesports, they're desperate for any kind of pick now.
Axel seems to look forward here towards a passive short position. The smoke onto connector will cover off positions, but as it fades, Mousesports start walking. Will Axel look for a swing aggressive? I don't think he will. None of the CT players instead to hold their own positions, and Inters in particular back up at the cubby corner. I don't think he's been seen by Dexter yet. He'll have to make his way up into position. Hobbit's also in sandwich. This is going to be a linchpin player. Dexter wrapping, Incendiary's down. Footsteps heard, Flash is going over. Hobbit could be in trouble, but Inter still strikes, gets the kill involved. Dexter got to try and get that trade. Hobbit is going to get overwhelmed, but Inter's doubles up. 4 versus 2. Rops burns Nafani. Inter's on 19 HP, but Rops on 25. Bomb's going to get planted here. It's desperate to go down.
Just get the bomb plan in and try and play it out from there. But even for Rops and Bemis, how do they work together with this low HP?
It's a good question. One that Mousesports are going to answer. Gambit making their way in. All 3 players from Connector. Nades close towards BMAS doing damage. Bullets flying through the firebox, but not getting kills. BMAS may have been giving up headshot angles, but he combines alongside Rops, and they only get 1 kill. But the aggressive hold from Hobbit could still clean it up, and Rops setting ready. Put it out. Hobbit, close range. Tatsu from BMAS looking up. Flashbang catches that player off guard. First frag found easy. What can BMAS do with this now?
Oh, they need at least a bit of control to come through. Great boost up for Shiro. That looks straight into Rops.
Wonderfully coordinated and a great response back from the Mousesports side. 4 versus 4. BMAS is still very far forward here. The flashbang was turned away from. Sprays through, gets a kill involved, but Nafani and Shiro continue finding frags to the man advantage. No bomb plant secured here by Mousesports. Shiro does pick up Inters though, so 1 versus 2 for Dexter. Trying to bait in that orb shot. Cannot seem... Incendiary down, Frozen C first and foremost. Big kill for Axel to open up. Removing the top fragger from play, who has not found a pick in a very long time here. Mousesports stalled in place and losing the start. And that might be the start of the House of Cards falling.
9 rounds in a row, potentially 10. And what a start this has been to the round again for Gambit. Opening man advantage. It gets silent. Very, very silent for the international squad.
Silent because they know that not only can they not give anything up, but because this is their most important round. Flash over, here we go. Hobbit in sandwich. Backups on the way towards CT. M4 takes its fight, drops BMAS. Looks back in towards Dexter, doubles up. Can't make it the triple, but Rops is there to trade it. A cause on 100 HP though. Rops on 15, dead to a nade. And Axel swings back, gets it to 16-12. And a 2-1 series to recover for